Because he'd made it 1-1, but then when you look at the way that the winning goal from Cavani came about, what was Pepe doing wrong?
Yeah, well, he's just got himself involved. Obviously, 7 minutes after he scored, he goes for a header, no need to. Fonte's got Suarez. Suarez is just being a pest. He's not going to try and win the header. And why he's come on over there, I don't know. And in the end, he wins the header, but he loses possession of it. And now they've got 3v3 on the edge of the box. And you look at the position of them now, not too bad. But Cavani's space just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then full-back's a little bit too far over. But come on, let's give him some. Yeah. What a finish that is. And if you look at the keeper's position, he has to go over towards his near post. And Cavani just catches him, still moving, Dunislav, and there's no chance of saving that. Yeah. Brilliant goal.
I agree with Lee. We can blame the defender, Pepe, to go there in the first place, especially not to win the header against Suarez. We can blame the right back who tucked in too much, but then we have to praise the finish of Cavani. It's a couple of finishes. Yeah. And that's the difference. Like for me, Uruguay is a very pragmatic team, ready to sacrifice, but not only that, with world-class strikers and world-class centre-backs. Where it matters, they have the proper quality. The rest is okay, good enough, but this and this.
It's a masterclass, honestly, from the two strikers. Absolute masterclass. Everything you would ever want in a performance from two people. You think about what Suarez did on that goal, the idea that if you can't win it, don't let your centre-half have a clear header. And not just that, as soon as Pepe heads it, Suarez is spinning, he's off. And it's his presence that means that the right-back comes in tight, which means then that Cavani has the space. Everything you would want to see from centre-forwards, you've seen tonight from them two. Brilliant.
We've all watched a lot of Champions League football, and the one criticism of Cavani is that he doesn't always put the chances away when they're presented to him. We've seen it with PSG before. I can think of a game at Stamford Bridge over the years. But not tonight. Two really good chances. He puts them away fantastically well.
Brilliant finishes. I've watched him 3 or 4 times live myself and never really seen him at his best in those 3 or 4 occasions. But his goal-scoring record's impeccable. But tonight, you talk about leaders. And leaders can be many different things in terms of, but leading by example in terms of work ethic. Cavani played left back for about 15-20 minutes in that first half, helping out his team. When you're got 2 world-class players like that work as hard as anybody in the team, the rest of the team just lift, and it was just a brilliant performance from both of them.
And you notice that when he went out, when they stayed up with one striker, with Suarez only, they couldn't keep the ball, the defense, the pressure was piling, the Portugal as well. They were deeper and deeper, but they defended well.
OK, let's have a look ahead to the French match, because Mbappe was brilliant and lightning quick. So clearly Uruguay cannot play a high line. How does that impact? Well, I presume they won't. Maybe good luck if they do. Well, but how does that impact upon the game then, that they'll have to defend reasonably deep, you would imagine?
They'll know all about the French. They'll be watching videos the next few days. They'll assess what the dangers are. It's pretty obvious what they are when you see them. The French play today, so they will play a little bit deeper. But the way, as I said before, when we were talking about how they play as a team, every single department knows their position and knows how to deal with it. You've got one of the most experienced defenders and goalkeeper in world football, 100 odd caps, both of them, so they'll hold the line accordingly. Got a young Jimenez next to him. The 2 full-backs for me, Laxalt tonight was brilliant. He's not necessarily... You wouldn't pick them out and go, they're the 2 strongest full-backs. But in that system, it really works. Just attacking down that side, as far as France are concerned, when you look at Mbappe,
they're not crazy
Pepe and Griezmann, they could cause them problems.
They're not crazy to open, like French are in qualifications, and last 10 years they are struggling when the team against them is compact. Look at today's game. Their first goal is counter-attack from Mbappe, the penalty. Their 4th goal, when Argentina opened, is like they pass through them easily. So Uruguay, it's not their game in the first place. Definitely not against France.
When you think about the 2 centre-backs for Uruguay, they played against Cristiano Ronaldo tonight. Everything that came into that box, they headed clear. They're so experienced. And then Torreira, the boy in midfield, he gets back in. I don't know how many times he got back into one. The one that was pulled back behind the 2 centre-backs, he was there to clear it. And they're going to have to do that against France. They're going to have to defend the box. Well, you think of Griezmann and people like that. They're going to have to make sure they're compact. They're an experienced outfit who play to the strengths. Defend deep, defend compact, defend the box well. But in both boxes, they're an excellent team. Yep.
I just hope that Cavani will be all right. But you're telling me he'll play, whatever, even on one leg. He'll play. Right, after the break, we'll look back at that 7-goal thriller then between France and Argentina. Some game this afternoon in Kazan. Earlier on today, France and Argentina kicked off the knockout stages in Kazan, and it proved to be a fantastic match. Commentary from Joe Spate. What a match that was. France against Uruguay in the quarter-finals on Friday. Now, England back in action on Tuesday night as they take on Colombia here in Moscow. After Liverpool's Champions League run this season, Jordan Henderson knows all about the added pressure of knockout football, and he's been talking to Gabriel Clark.
A chill wind has blown into the England camp. The sun's gone, but how much momentum has gone with it?
Let's get some focus though as well.
A shadow England team lost to Belgium, meaning the rest of the squad will have an unprecedented 9 days to prepare for an occasion like no other.
Definitely the biggest game that I've played in for England. It's a huge game for us as a team, but it's a challenge that we'll look forward to. I think if you do play against Colombia and you've had that sort of 8 to 9 day period, I think you'll be feeling good. Definitely become the game.
Fatigue won't be a factor?
No, definitely not.
As you would know, Milton Keynes is a beautiful place.
The widest smile in the England team belongs to Dele Alli. Back to full fitness and only too keen to underline the point. He's expected to return against Colombia as Southgate reverts to the team that started the tournament.
Every player here is brought into the philosophy and the way we want to play, and I think it's important that we stick to that. Whoever we come up against, we don't change our game for them.
Being positive and basically going and attacking the game, I think that's the most important thing. Like we did in the first game of the competition, I thought we attacked the game well, and this is what we've worked towards for a long time, and then kick on beyond this stage, and hopefully we can do it with a good performance as well.
England live here on ITV on Tuesday night. Before we go then, Messi's 31, Ronaldo's 33. Will we see them in a World Cup again?
Have a think about it.
I don't know. It's a shame if we don't, because they've been such incredible players. You talk about Messi with Argentina, but from the very first game against Iceland, Caballero in net, Rojo centre-half, what chance have you got? You've no chance. So from Messi's point of view, maybe that's it. Cristiano seems to want to go on forever. I think he's slightly different mentality. Messi's tried to retire once before. Very difficult for them politically to think about how they get out of their country. Can they retire? The whole weight of the nation's on them both. So how do they approach that? How do you go about retiring if you're those two figures? Yeah,
Ronaldo, age 37, you could see him, I don't know, playing sweeper or something, couldn't you, Slaven? He's that sort of character.
Yeah, definitely, but we all should be sad for both of them, But then again, life goes on. Maybe it's time for Mbappe or Harry Kane, hopefully Croatian guy, to step up and to win the Golden Boot or whatever you call it. So it's a great chance and a great motivation for some of the top players.
I think I agree with Gary. I think if you look at the two of them, with Messi and Ronaldo, Ronaldo's the one. We looked at him in the tunnel before, didn't he? He looks fitter now than he's ever been, and I think his motivation will go on, and it is how do they get out of that situation? And you say, because we were retired, all three of us were retired by somebody else. It's kind of left up to them.
But the good thing is not 4 years, it's 3.5 years, because it's in Qatar, so they may do it.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting. Well, also, I mean, Messi has never won anything with Argentina, which obviously frustrates him. Lost a World Cup final, 2 Copa America finals on penalties. That will be a frustration.
Yeah,
at least Ronaldo's won the Euros.
Yeah, I can see Messi, I don't know, but I can see Messi trying to win Copa America. Is it next year or in maximum 2 years? World Cup, I hope that he plays. I hope that both of them play, because football, for me at least, will never be the same without them, but we'll see.
We'll see. Thank you very much indeed, gents. Tomorrow night, Slaven's going to be back with us alongside Lee and Martin O'Neill to see if his Croatian side can continue their fine form against Denmark. That is from 6:30 tomorrow. Well, today has seen a changing of the guard at the World Cup. For so long up in lights, exit stage left Messi and Ronaldo. Edinson Cavani remains a star.